Sometimes you might want to rotate your image according to a particular angle before you crop it. Let's say, for example, in this image that once again I was able to find from photospin.com by doing a search for woods, that I want to, instead of having the image follow this angle, actually follow the angle of one of these trees. So what I could do is grab the ruler tool, which you'll find under the eyedropper tool, and I can click and drag like so to follow the angle of this tree. Then what I could do to check that angle is I can go to image, and I can go to image rotation, and I can choose arbitrary. And I can see what that angle is going to be. I can also decide to rotate the canvas either clockwise or counterclockwise. So I'm going to rotate the canvas counterclockwise, and now I can crop away the other areas in this image. I'll go ahead and hit enter or return. And as you see, I changed the whole scope of this image. Now, this is really handy for something known in filmmaking as a Dutch shot or a Dutch angle. Notice how everything is now slanted? Well, the Dutch shot is really good for horror. So we could then create another layer, for example, and I could fill that layer with a really dark color, and I can drop the opacity of that layer. And I could use that as a book cover, for example. So like, The Marsh, Stephen King's new book, The Marsh. And by the way, Stephen King, don't steal my idea. So that's an example of why you might want to use that technique to change what looked like a normal angle into something that's really harsh and slanted. Or what you could do is fix something the same way. So what I'm going to do is actually delete that layer and go backwards. So let's say I want to fix this image so that the horizon is the right angle. I'll go ahead to the ruler tool again, and this time I'll trace the horizon like so, and I can go to image rotation, arbitrary, and I believe I need to go clockwise this time. So I want it to go that way. So I'll hit OK. The image is now the way it was before, and I could crop it, hit enter or return. So as you can see, you can either deliberately slant things, or you can fix images that are crooked. Just use the ruler tool, get your angle, go to image, image rotation, arbitrary, choose counterclockwise or clockwise, and then crop.